We're inside the mine now. Nick is up ahead filming. And you can see the ties here. It looks like they kind of got pulled up almost. The rails are all missing, so maybe taken and used for other operations. I'm gonna continue along, see if we can find Nick. See what else is in here. Okay, so in this far, all the ties are completely gone. It's also kind of damp in here. So I think it's contributing. You can see rust, a bit of dry rot as well. Oh, tracks start up. Ooh, since Nick is down that way, we'll break the rules right. Check out over here. So they probably had a track switch here at one time. Ooh, I just heard some water drop. Very moist mine. Face is off back there. I think I see a fungal growth there. What is that thing? Wow. What is that? It's kind of weird. Looks like it's just, ooh, actually, this keeps going to the left. We'll check this out in a little bit. I'll come back for this. Squeeze. Anywho, following along here, it's definitely cool and damp in here. So here's the working face here. They ran into a fault line. Cleared up everything along here. Nice and straight and smooth. Now there's an upper portal, and so my guess is this might have funneled down from that. So we'll have to go, when we go up, we'll see if we can find a pit that's in the right spot, and that'll let us know roughly where this guy is. The neat thing though, you can see the quartz veins along the top. Ooh. So that's what they were following. They didn't stope up as far. Oh, there's a little bit of the ore body there still. So if they were to continue working this, they probably would have driven upwards with a whole bunch of stoles and started working this like that. We're back to the main intersection here. There's the remains of an old shovel. It's been rusted pretty badly. And you can tell it's quite wet here. Drips fairly regularly and just splashing all over the place. Likely residual snow melt. So continuing up here, past our weird little fungal growth. Actually, that's a railroad spike right there. It's been heavily rusted. Oh. This looks like storage. Although, hang on, let me get up and over. Oh, it opens up. They stoped this whole section out. Nice quartz veins in here. And it even continues over here a little bit. Definitely soft rock back here. It's a little pieces of wood and stuff. So, yeah, that's about it. Nick is still down this passage, so that tells me this must go quite a ways. Let's see, a little bit of a raise here. A little bit of a pocket there for the stoles. So, yeah, we'll keep following this. A little bit of rail. Here's another one of those little fungal things. They look almost like they're pine. Yeah, maybe they're seeds. They got wet, so they sprouted, but then, of course, there's no sunlight down here, so that's about as far as they're gonna get. It's interesting that back in that section, the fault line was on sort of this side, but over here, the fault faces on this side. So there is the same fault, and they're working different faces of it, depending on which side they chose. Kind of neat. A bit of gobbing here. Once again, if you look right here, they've swapped the working face from one side of the fault to the other. So see how the tunnel kind of curves there? If you get these pretty close to a line, you'll notice they line up perfectly. So kind of neat. I've never seen that before. Along the fault line here, that's a little bit of carbide. So we got Boots Edwards 92447. So that's pretty old right there. 3845 is EMR Jen. It's hard to read. It keeps Johannes. It's also got something down here, 6 something. It's unreadable. Avalon, here's one. What does it say? Alberech 102473 TDS Jeep Club. There's a whole bunch of stuff on here. Boots Edwards, again, 47. FRK 47. A lot of pencil stuff in here. Ben 17. Ooh. Got a skull and crossbones here. Well, it's kind of crappy rendition, but there's a cutout for a stole. A couple other, let's see, RW Barch 1962. September 1st, 47, Roy Stark, Galena, Kansas. Is that an address? 103 or 102 East 7th Street? HL something something. Wow. It's interesting to see all this graffiti. They started to stope up in this section here. And that's why they've got these pockets for stoles, although the moisture has caused these to rot out. I wonder if a bad air condition might exist in here from all the dry rot. Gotta be careful. Keep my wits about me. I did actually break down and order one of the Altair 4X's. My old oxygen sensor went bad. So as soon as it comes in the mail, I will carry it with me always, I swear. It's a hand steel there. There's another couple of steels here. That looks like a hand steel. Looks like a pipe. What is this? Just a piece of rail. Well, and here comes Nick from over this collapse. So Nick pointed this out to me. There's a carbide drawing of a lady and also what looks like a honey pot. And it's got something down here. What does it say? It looks like HSS something EWXI. I mean, it's illegible, but it's kind of interesting to see. So we're gonna head on up to this collapse and see what wonders await. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Look at what's in front of you.
Oh. Yeah, part of so this is the frame of it. It's missing all the timbers, but that would have been the dump chute or the dump door.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the right word to call it either.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Remains of a wooden ore cart.
All the wood is probably rotted away.
Well, yeah, that's the dry rot's something else in here when coupled with the moisture. Look at the size of this stope. There's Nick for scale. It's freaking huge. So it looks like, if I had to guess, the ore body is along this fault wall, and they cut this lower tunnel, and then they stoped. I'm presuming it goes a ways that direction?
No, it doesn't.
So that upper tunnel that's up there, did they use that to be an upper cut, and then they were going to meet the two? And then essentially,
Well, the upper tunnel was, I mean, they were just stoping the ore above this and likely stoping the ore above the upper tunnel, so.
Okay. I figured they'd drop chutes, and then that way they could haul it out of the lowermost.
Yeah, but this might actually go up to the upper adit, actually.
Really?
This could be a chute because it goes up a long ways.
How, is it climbable?
No. But I would like to get up to here. I'm trying to figure out how to climb up this.
Hang on, I'll get a little closer to you.
Give me a hand with my camera. Alright, so I climbed up into this other area in the stope, and this goes up a really long ways. This possibly goes up to the upper adit. Maybe they're sending ore down here, I don't know. But there's also a little window right here, and you can see they have ties for strap rail. Well, they would have had the wooden rail fitting right in there. So yeah, I'm gonna climb down and go check out the left-hand drift. Cool.
Nice. Okay, so this is past that room, and you can see a bunch of dry rot timbers down there. And it looks like it keeps going. There might be a collapse just past where you could see there. But we're kind of curious. We're trying to negotiate a way down here because, as you can see, it's maybe a 10-foot drop, which isn't horrible, but I'd like something to hang on to. And also I need to figure it out so that I'd have to get back up through here, and there's not much to grab onto. So we're going to try and negotiate. So I don't know if my microphone will pick this up, although I figured I'd try. This whole pile of rocks that I'm climbing up, it's slowly shifting. And it sounds like a bunch of little pieces of glass clinking against each other very quietly. Oh, good. Nick made it out okay. I was waiting on him. I didn't want to get all the way up before he made out. So, yeah, it looks like he's going to join me in this horrible endeavor to get up here to the upper portal. I made it. You can see the lower workings down there. Now we're to the upper workings. And looks like there may even be stuff up above. But we'll stop here, take a break, perhaps check out and see what this level's got for us. There was a chute in the lower at it, so it's very likely. Uh-oh. Looks like that's where the portal used to be. Might have to keep going up a little bit more. But anyways, because there's a chute, that pretty clearly indicates that there's another bit of workings up here, and they likely connect. So we'll see what we can find. The lower portal, which should be directly in front of me, is collapsed. And up here on the top, you can see this is an open stope. Along with, it looks like they cut over, like a giant open cut. It even continues off that way. So we're gonna get down in there and see if it opens up and we can get through. So farther up on this stope / open cut, we're just following it through. She goes a ways. Single stole sitting there. And looks like it goes all the way over. Yeah, it pops out right up here. This almost looks like a little trail. I might have gone into something at one point. But I don't see anything. There's the road we took to get in. So I believe we're in Granite Canyon. And then the next one over is the one that Panamint City's in. So, yeah, we got a bit of hiking ahead of us, that's for sure. So we got up to the open cut, and unfortunately it didn't go through. But we hiked across over to this other tailings pile we saw. And this one has a little, this isn't a portal, this is a shaft. I can see, it looks like light down there. And it only goes, that's about it, probably 20, 30 feet if that. Sorry for the wind noise. Of course it picks up right when I decide to start recording. But down there's the lower Hemlock tunnel. And we hiked up these piles here. We hiked up to that first level right there. And there's the remains of what was a mine portal, but that it's been sealed, it eroded shut. And up on the top, you can kind of make it out, there's an open cut / open stope, and that also filled that one in. But over to the right here, there's these two piles. On top of that upper pile, there's a shaft that goes down probably 30 feet. And coincidentally, about 30 feet down, there's this little portal with snow in front of it. So Nick's gone in, I'm gonna follow suit in a sec. But yeah, we got a long ways to go. We gotta get all the way down to the bottom there, meet up with the canyon there, and then take that all the way up for about 2 miles in Panamint City again. So yeah, we're gonna be sore. Alright, so we've entered in. Definitely cool in here. Oh. Got a fairly large stope here. Ooh. Lots of dry rot and mold. Gotta be careful, the air might not be so grand in here. There was something here supporting the back. Oh, another tunnel off that way. Since Nick's up ahead filming, I'll check off this guy, which looks like it actually might connect up with that shaft that we saw on the surface. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, this must be the connection right here. Looks pretty wet from snow and rain and moisture. Yeah, this looks like mud flow. So I'm going to presume that this guy connects up to that shaft on the surface. Interesting how it's like a side drift like this. Anywho, it's taken off. There we go. I don't know why the tunnel's so narrow here, sort of like a backfill. But you can see ties. Got square nails. Ooh, something died here. Got mold on it. Keeps going though. Smells kind of rape. Get some gobbing. More fur. Something died or was taken in here and eaten. Round nails for that one. Oh. Yeah, she's pretty well collapsed. Kind of a smaller operation, but it is fairly extensive for a small time thing. There's more square nails. So it looks like the square nails are in the live timber stuff, which must be pretty old. 1800s, late 1800s. So, although there's a live timber that's got round nails in it, so perhaps when they came back in the 20s and started redoing stuff, that's when they modified these. After you climb way up all day, this here is the fun part. Whoa! Riding tailing piles all the way down to the valley floor. Woohoo! What a ride. Alright, based off of the foot traffic here, looks like this is where Nick went down. It's pretty steep, eh? But this is the fastest way down. And frankly, for mine exploring, this is the only way to travel. Woo! And I think I always wonder why my boots never seem to last. Oh no, my hat! There, get back here. Huh, where was I? That's right. Woo. Looks like this is the bottom. Steal some cable up here. Well, let's go meet up with Nick. Of course, this is where all the cool stuff from up top lands. We've got, whoa, some sort of gear-driven thing here. It's a rail over there. There's another little flat belt pulley there. Oh, it looks like another cable winch. More rail. There's that steel cable. It all just ends up at the very bottom. Wonder if we'll find an ore cart down here. That'd be awesome. This guy here looks like a tram bucket. So that cable, I've actually been suspended tram system. You can see the cable going through it here. 2 pulleys on this. And there was probably something suspended from the bottom, like a bucket. You can see the welds have broken off there. Where the bucket is, God only knows. So, yeah, cable's kind of weaving all throughout here. Once again, we were getting ready to go in. Nick went on ahead, and about 20-30 feet, she faces off. So I'm going to save myself the trouble. We got a long hike to go. We got to go up, around, down. We're also going to visit, there's another mine right over there that we're going to check out. But we have to get to the bottom of the valley, and then it's another 1.5 miles up to Sourdough Canyon. Well, remember that mine site we were looking at from way up above? Well, this is it from fairly close. See a metal tank down there, a bunch of other artifacts and stuff, so yeah, let's get on down there, have a look, see what we got. And we finally made it. That wasn't too bad. So here's the look over the tailings pile. I believe they had a trestle at one point. That looks like remains of it. There might be another lower portal. There's also some part of it. Not much left. I bet a bunch of stuff is still sitting down there. In fact, I see what looks like an ore bin up against a tree down there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. I don't know if that's coming out, but that looks like an ore cart. Quite a ways down there. Might take this down because it meets up with the trail and check that guy out. But before that, thing you've all been waiting for, we're gonna head on into this bad boy. Up and over the collapsed portal here. In we go. She's got a bit of echo. Definitely there's some size to her. There we go. So because of the road, this looks like it was more of a modern worked mine. There are, I forget what you call them, the sort of the grooves, but they're for the ties. Would have held the rail. Of course, it's all been ripped up, especially in a mine this easily accessible. It's got an odd, musty smell. It's kind of weird. Oh, a couple of drill holes here. They're probably going to continue that drift off to the right. A little drift here. A soft spot here. Bit of a raise. Oop. Carrying on. And she keeps going. We are in. There's a bunch of stuff. They look like turds. I wonder if there's any bats up in the ceiling. Ooh, we have a split. Rule of rights. Woo! Ah, shit, I'm dragging a charging cable. That's why. Okay. Freaking hard. Let's see what else we got down here. We've got a bolt. This used to have air ducting in it and electrical, which you can tell from these hangers, which are all throughout. Oh my. Oh, she faces off. Well, the ties are back. So maybe we might even get to see a little bit of rail. Wow, she keeps going. If I had to guess, we're probably about 500 feet or so in. Still going. No end in sight. Oh, what did that say? No, that's just some rock. The shadows sometimes look like carbide drawings. Oh. To Heyday 7. And what we got? We got Jim Endall 9361. We got we got a whole bunch of stuff. LBH SE ABT. I think that's 61. That's 58. Something Edsgrave or Edsgav 48. It's pretty old. A couple of check marks there. What is that supposed to be? Not sure. Anyways, that's the end of her. Oh, there's a couple more. So we got Barch, Krupp, or Kopp, 1962 and 1963 on those two, and 522. Interesting. Oh, and there's a little CL. So let's go back and check out that other passage. Okay, we're at the intersection again. Nick is taking off down that passage. And we're going to take off down this one on the left here. It is down here. It's got a strange smell to it. There's a bolt there. Little broken pieces of timber. This is another passage that seems to just go on forever. It's a shame. I think if they kept going a little farther, what is that? Just an old pipe fitting. Looks like it could have been a line oiler. a mucking sheet. Drift to the left, drift to the right, another mucking sheet. It's weird, the line smells kind of like, it's gonna sound crazy, like hand sanitizer. Like, not the alcohol part of it, but looks like 9-3-31. 61. Any other? Oh, hang on. There's one more back here. JR and LK. 70, 80. Are they counting up from the drifts? 90, 200. Ah, okay. They're counting distance every 10 feet. There's a beer can back there, and she faces off. So that's it. Now to head back to camp. Ooh, mama. Here comes the rock slide.
Why are my treads so worn out? I can never figure it out.
Yeah, I always wonder. So we made our way down from the upper mine. This is just a quick scramble down, which is always fun, although bad for the shoes. And the reason why we came down is this little beauty right here. Oh, mama. Ah, and I think a carbide tin as well. Didn't see that. It is... Is this an ore cart? Oh, it's not an ore cart. It's a stove. It's a wood burning stove. I mean, still kind of neat, but yeah, there's the upper back range for it. Burners are gone. So this would be for the fire burner, and then the flames go through and heat. There's your oven, and you'd have burners on the top. Well, got our hopes up for nothing. Just real quick, so we got pieces of angle iron, some welded steel rods. What the fuck did they have here? There's a turnbuckle. Oh, there's the secondary cable. See it kind of laying across all the trees and whatnot? So this cable here, which is anchored like nobody's business. Yeah, look at the anchor on that. It's 4 bolts driven into the thing, and then it's got 3 of those bolt clasps with a loop in it. Wow. And it runs way up there. Now we're gonna try an experiment. Now if you take a cable like this and you yank on it, see if it travels.
It's coming back. There it goes.
There it goes. Now it comes back. It rocks, and then it goes to the other end. Gets real light, and then it comes back.
I think it goes to the top of the ridge.
Oh yeah, it goes all the way up and over the ridge. You're right.
Yeah, so they had some modern
And you could see the secondary cable too. Look at it; it's just kind of strewn down along the bottom. But this, you're right. This is a more of a modern thing here.
the same age as the adit that we saw over there.
It's got pulleys inside. Huh. Oh. This is it. Like this whole thing here is the tram. Yeah. Let's see if I can push it. Oh my god, she's heavier than a bitch. Yeah, I'll put down the phone. Let's see if we can push this. All right, we're inside of one of the structures here in the Panamint city. And yeah, 1 bedroom, no bath, no heating, no roof actually. That's a skylight up above, which is kind of nice with no glass. But yeah, this is kind of neat. It's one of the few buildings that's still got the door frame. That you can go through. All the rest of them are just footings. And we're Nick, you were saying we're about a mile from town still? Or at least from the old mill.
I don't know, like 3/4 of a mile.
So one hell of a town. 1,200 people at one time, right?
No, oh wait, 1,200.
In its heyday.
Like 1,500 to 2,000.
All the way to 2,000? Shit. It's a good sized city.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see footings all the way up there, stuff all the way across. There's some massive stuff here. I was thinking it actually might have been nicer to be this far away from the center of town, because when the stamp mill's running, that thing's got to be so loud.
You're still gonna hear it down here, but
Yeah. But if you're in a stone building with 2.5 foot thick stone walls with a good solid door, probably sleep pretty good at night.